Jazz clubs around the world are sitting empty, but jazz musicians will always have great music and stories to share. And since jazz fans aren't able to get out to hear great music, we will deliver jazz to you at home. Welcome to Jazz Home Delivery with Tim Tamashiro. Hello, friends. Tim Tamashiro here with you for Jazz Home Delivery. This is the show where we find wonderful jazz musicians who are at home, and we bring them to you at home. It's kind of like our answer to COVID, so that you don't miss out on your jazz activities while you're at home, not able to go out and experience live music. My name's Tim Tamashiro. Very, very happy to be here with you for this show. This is day 27 out of 28 as part of the TD JazzYYC International Jazz Days. Boy, what a good time this virtual festival has been. And tonight is just going to expand on the good times because we have two friends joining us. One from Montreal, Deanne Matley, is joining us from her spot in Montreal. And Terra Hazelton is joining us from her spot in Crow's Nest Pass. I'm going to put us all on the screen right now. Give us a wave, friends. Nice to see you. Deanne, this will not be a mime show, just there so everybody knows. This is, they can really talk. Deanne is in Montreal. How was your day in Montreal today?
Friggin' hot, 32 degrees.
Whoa!
Yeah, I'm a little sweltery, not gonna lie, but hey, it's hot, baby.
32 degrees in Montreal today. I'm a little bit jealous, but that's okay. But it's also humid in Montreal, though, too,
yes,
right?
Sir. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Great for the skin, though. Mm-hmm.
My hair would go like frizzy.
I get it. I get it.
Well, I'm glad you had a hot day. Tara, what was your day like in the Crow's Nest Pass?
We have gorgeous, perfect mountain weather. It's sunny and warm, but still a bit of a cool breeze. Perfect hoodie weather to go for a walk. We get the sun. It's glorious.
I hope you went for a walk today.
I haven't yet, but my plan is to go as soon as we're done.
Okay, no pressure, hey? No pressure.
Hike every day. I got to beat my steps from yesterday.
All about the steps.
Yes, got to go with the steps. Got to get the steps in, that's for sure. Deanne, we're going to come back and have a little visit with you here in a little bit. I'm just going to go and talk with Tara first. You go and find a glass full of really, really ice-cold water.
I think so. See you soon.
We'll chat with you in a few minutes. Thank you. Tara, it's so great to see you. Thank you for being here with us on Jazz Home Delivery.
Thank you, Tim, for having me. It's an honor and a pleasure, and I'm so thrilled.
As am I. You're at your place that you've been at for 1 month. No, sorry, 1 year and 1 month now. That's right. Officially in the Crow's Nest Pass. Tell us about the Crow's Nest Pass.
Well, it is a beautiful community that is comprised of 5 towns. I don't know if they're all towns, maybe a few are hamlets, 5 small places. And it's sort of right on the BC-Alberta border, so right in the Rocky Mountains. So I have mountains 360 around me. And yeah, it's an incredible, gorgeous place full of wonderful, kind people and very community oriented and very artistic, to my absolute delight, having moved here after living in downtown Toronto for 20 years and sort of just transplanted here. I was so pleased. There's just a million artists, visual artists, photographers, musicians, singer-songwriters. We have it all here. Plus, waterfalls and lakes and rivers and all minutes away. So.
And probably, chipmunks that talk to you every day, deer, and
yes, especially during COVID, I have been talking to many animals that I've met in the forest. I met a toad the other night, a huge, avocado-sized frog.
Whoa!
And we had a little chat on a bench at 2 a.m. under the starlight. Yeah,
it does feel good to talk to wildlife, though, doesn't it?
Oh,
it's therapeutic.
And I talk to a lot of deer, and they're just the cutest, sweetest things.
They are very, very amazing. Yeah. Tell me about this statement that you made with me when we were having a little chat the other day. You said all the best things that have happened in your life have occurred when you took a giant leap.
Oh, I did say that, didn't I? And I really believe that's true. as I sort of look back and reflect on my various careers in performing, and all of the great things that have happened in my biggest, most, things I'm most proud of or that I learned the most from.
Mm-hmm.
Not necessarily all things that worked out great, but things where I really learned something about myself or did see, evolution in my career or in my whatever. It's always been when I've taken a giant risk, and there
Mm.
was a huge chance that it would fail, and I don't know. I just it's very interesting to me, and the safer I play it, the less good things seem to happen, and the more I kind of listen in my heart and my gut and just go, I have to do this thing, and there's a voice telling me to do this.
Oh
When I
man.
do it, generally something positive eventually will come out of it, and I think that, yeah, it's very true.
And this is part of the big reason why you are in the Crow's Nest Past right now, is because you made the decision. You thought about it for a while, but you made the leap literally 1 year and 1 month ago. Isn't that right?
Yeah, I just, yeah, the voice got so loud, and just the circumstances of living in Toronto and how that was affecting me
Yeah.
emotionally, physically, mentally, just living in an expensive city and having a single artist income, and just realizing, I think I used to really think that, like, in the few years I tried to leave or wanted to leave and just never did, I think what stopped me is I really felt there was this fear that if I left, then my entire identity would dissolve, and that
Yeah.
everything I did or who I was would no longer be. And when I finally realized that wasn't the case, and or a little bit of, oh well,
Oh well.
if that's what happens, that's what happens. I finally just, oh, Stewie. I had to go. I love Stewie so much.
Yeah.
I had to just
My
follow
dog
my
is barking
heart.
really loud right now. Sorry. Hold on. Hold
He's
on a second.
following his heart.
He
It's
is.
okay.
He's doing his job. I know that, and this is the risk of having a show that comes, from your home. So what are you
Exactly.
going to
Well,
do,
a
right?
train might go by any time,
A
and
train,
it
yes,
feels,
especially in
yeah,
your
and
mountains.
very loud. So I should warn you about that.
I'm sorry for interrupting you. You were
Oh,
telling
not
us
at all.
about all this wonderful stuff that is happening in your life now. You feel like this year has been really about recalibrating.
Totally,
Yeah.
totally, 100%. Healing, I would also, is a word I would use. Healing my nervous system from living in a city. I don't think people sometimes realize it. It affects you, like all the electrical energy, the speed, the, like, everything that goes on in a city, and especially, striving and the fight that it requires to be a full-time artist, and it takes a toll on you. And I realized that I wasn't my best person, and I talked about this with my best friend Sophia Perlman, who's an amazing musician. I said, I have to apologize. After I'd been here about 6 months, we talked, and I said, I have to apologize to you, because I don't think I was the best friend that I could have been to you and to everyone I know. I wasn't my best self because I wasn't really okay. I mean, I was okay, but after coming out and decompressing and letting my mind and my body kind of just start to recalibrate, as you say, and get back in touch with actual nature and the world and the planet, I probably sound a bit,
You sound no.
fruity,
You sound you sound
but
authentic.
it was a truth for me, and I never thought it would be, but it really became a truth, and I realized I wasn't the best version of myself that my friends deserved, that my
Mm.
fans deserved, that my colleagues deserved.
That
Like,
you deserved.
everyone, I've been so lucky in my career to work with the best of the best, and I don't take that for granted for 1 minute. And I literally, I am making the rounds of apologies of all the times over the years I feel like I had this great opportunity to work with so and so, and I wasn't my best version of myself, and they
Mm.
didn't deserve that. I mean, and I think everyone has that to a certain degree. We're never always
Sure.
100% our best version,
Yeah.
but the big move and the pulling the plug and taking the risk was because it had gotten so bad that I realized I want to be a better version of myself, and I want to be happy. And now that I live in nature, I'm experiencing happiness in a level I've never could imagine. And it makes me a better friend, and it makes me a better colleague, and it makes me a better person. And that is worth so much more to me than any marker you're supposed to hit in your career or any of the pressures that we put on ourselves.
Yeah.
To me, I realize now,
Yeah.
I mean, it took maybe getting over 40
You're
to
not
have
over. You're not over 40.
realization. But yeah, so I'm rambling. But yeah, coming here was a huge risk, and a lot of people in Toronto kind of thought I was nuts. And a lot of musicians were like, "What are you going to do? What are you going to do for a job?" And it's like, well, I like music in Alberta. Like, I'm
Yeah.
not moving to the middle of a desert with no people. Like, we have culture here.
That's right. And as you've said, you know, you moved to this small community who loves culture and loves the fact that you know how to act and that you know how to sing. And they're taking lessons from you, and they're learning from your experience of 20 years in Toronto. And you know, that's the best thing about small towns. I really do feel, especially in the mountains for some reason. I don't know why.
People here are incredible. Everyone has been people like they don't even know you, and they will just be incredibly welcoming to you and supportive. My friend Tynan Groves and his wife Shelley Groves are amazing musicians here in the past. They adopted me into their world without even knowing who I was, and continue to this day to make sure I'm okay and take care of me. And, strangers will make eye contact with you and say hello to you on the street. When I go to the post office, they know my name. Even when I'm wearing my mask, they're like, "Hi, Tara."
Hi, Tara.
And just that feeling of community and calmness, and it's lovely. It's so lovely. I love it here. I love living amongst these great people and in this beautiful place.
I can tell you are just drinking it all in, just enjoying it so much. That's so great. It's like you found a new kind of love. Ooh, this is the most perfect segue. You see what I just did there? Yeah. You've been kind enough to create 2 music videos for us, and one of them is called "You Brought a New Kind of Love." Tell me about this particular song.
Well, this is anyone who knows my music knows that I sing what's considered traditional jazz.
Yeah.
So sort of 1920 to about 1945.
And you nail it too.
Aren't you kind? Thank you. And so "You Brought a New Kind of Love" to me is has always just been one of my favorite standards from that era. And also, in like full honest disclosure here, I opened my chart book up and was like, what chords can I actually maybe attempt to play on a guitar? And
Sarah,
most
you nailed
of the
it.
chords in here were out, and I saw that one, and I was like, well, maybe I can fake my way through it. So I want to add the disclaimer. I know
No disclaimer needed
in this industry, but I am not an accompanist, and I've been very blessed to never have to accompany myself. How lucky am I? And I played with the greatest musicians in the world. And so I am a little bit mortified and terrified at the fact that I played guitar for myself. But hey, you know what? I took the risk. I thought, I want to be involved. I'm going to do my best. And even if it's not great, it should hopefully be fun.
Hey, Tara, something tells me that Jeff Healy, who is one of your dear friends and past colleagues and musicians, he's smiling down saying, "Thank you for taking out the guitar today." So there you go.
I know he's laughing at me.
No. You did a wonderful job. Let's play this song for everybody right now. Terra Hazelton is here as part of the TD JazzYYC International Jazz Days, the virtual festival. And here she is accompanying herself with the best possible chords ever. You're rocking it, sister. Here's "You Brought a New Kind of Love."
And if the nightingale could sing like you, he'd sing much sweeter than it do. You brought a new kind of love to me. And if the Sandman brought me dreams of you, I'd want to sleep my whole life through. You brought a new kind of love to me. I know that I'm a slave, you're a king. Still you can understand that underneath it all, well, I'm just a girl and you are only a man. Well, I would work and slave the whole day through if I could hurry home to you. You brought a new kind of love to me.
The applause button is ringing. It's a standing ovation for Terra Hazelton and her amazing guitar chops. Hey, listen, sister, you did an awesome job. And if I had to accompany myself on the guitar, it would be there would be strings wrapped around my neck, and sound beautiful.
Oh, thank you, Tim. Thank you. I do really love that song. It's a good song for spring. It's a good song to be Twitter-pated to. And
Twitter-pated.
That was my mom's word. Like before Twitter existed, if I ever had a crush on someone, she would say, "Oh, you're Twitter-pated."
That's a $3 word. I gotta. Yeah. That's an amazing word. Holy cow! Thank you for that, and we got one more coming up. We're really excited about that as well. Small town culture is it's ravenous. I mean, that's the one thing that I love more than anything. I love going to small towns to perform little concerts, and the volunteer base and the people that are there supporting the arts are just the sweetest, most kind, just eager to please. Like they'll cook home meals and everything. Like it's incredible what they'll do. So since you've got to the Crow's Nest Pass, so what have you been doing in the culture world?
Well, Tynan and Shelly and I have a little band called Hazy Grove, which is fun for me because I get to play bass in that band.
Wow.
And we do, a wide variety of genres. Tynan is an amazing jazz guitarist to my absolute delight. So we do some stuff for my book and I play snare, and then we do country and folk tunes. I get to play bass, and Tynan sings and Shelly sings. So there's been that, which is awesome. I'm a painter, so I've been trying to paint. I do portrait commissions, and there's been a few of those since I've been here. And, just there's an art gallery here that is amazing, and so I try to go there when I can, and they always have amazing local stuff and then other stuff. And the thing that I noticed about being in this small town is yes, there's so much arts and culture here. People would not realize it's huge,
dripping with it.
And that people are appreciative of artists here in a way that it's different from the city. And I'm not saying that people in the city aren't, because of course they are. A city like Toronto, there's a million amazing musicians and theater artists and everyone. But when you get into a place where you can't swing a dead cat without hitting 15 amazing tenor sax players or 18 amazing bassists, like that people, when you come here as an artist, it's like there's this sense of like, thank goodness you're here and welcome, and how can we support you? Like, I don't gig as much as I did in Toronto. I mean, but I actually feel in a lot of ways more supported as an artist. I'm not scrambling to for the same gig as everyone else at the
Yeah.
same venue, and it's there's like less competitive aspect to it. There's less, which exists, whether people want to admit that or
Oh,
not. I mean,
sure,
it's
sure.
a dog eat dog world in a big city like that, right? And so I just having a break from all that and being around people who are like, "You do what?" And it's almost like it feels when you're in Western Europe a little bit. It's like you're a jazz singer, like it's just. Whereas in Toronto,
Ooh,
it's like, you're a
yeah.
jazz singer. Like, oh, I roll. Okay, well, we got 900 of those. And so it's
Yeah.
just this sense of people are very appreciative of it and very supportive. And yeah, like just the things like home cooked meals or like just making playing at the you play at the Legion, but they
Mm-hmm.
go out of their way to make it super comfortable and nice, and you get the whole community, everyone from young to old,
Mm.
coming to everything. And I've never like my first month here, I got invited to a square dance, and I was like, "A what?
Yeehaw!
Sorry, what's that?" And
That's
there's a
awesome.
huge fiddle group here, and an orchestra. Canada's oldest running orchestra actually is Crow's Nest Pass,
Wow.
and so I ended up going to this dance hall, like out on the highway down the road towards the mountain. And like everyone from all the communities and all the towns, everyone was there. Everyone knew each other and they all knew the steps. They were just like squared out, and every musician was like,
Wow.
"Get up on stage, bring your guitar, bring your fiddle, here's some music." And everyone just got up. I brought my ukulele and I was like thrust on stage in a chair, and suddenly, I'm like, trying like, and that incredible that I never experienced before in my life, and
I
it's just super fun. It's amazing.
I love that. I'm just gonna ask like a really, really big question. Is this the best decision you've ever made?
Yes,
It
I think
has.
so, Tim. I can honestly say that from my heart and not just from, like, yes, it is in so many ways. Too long to talk about. It is the best decision I've ever made. And my fear that I was shooting my careers, both my film and TV and my music career in the foot, have all dissipated.
Yeah.
And I realized that was just insecurity and fear talking. And as
Fear of the
artists, we're
unknown, right?
to those
Yeah.
feelings. But so now that that's gone, and I realize I've actually done something super awesome in my life, and I live in the exact place I want to live, and then make everything else work around that.
Wow.
I'm experiencing a sense of joy and happiness and fulfillment in a way that I never have before. So I would have to say yes to that question.
That is the best answer that anybody could ever hope for. I'm so glad that that's your answer. And on top of it all, you're climbing mountains.
Well, that's my goal.
Well,
I
you're
haven't
getting there though.
not an actual mountain yet, but the first one that I'll attempt will be a mountain the locals call Sasky. So I've essentially training, like I'm hiking every day. Yesterday I did 12 kilometers and 24 floors, or like
Yeah.
enough elevation that my phone told me I went up 24 floors. So yeah, it's a goal of mine. It's like I live amongst these. I want to get on top of one and see the world from there. So it may take me, who knows, but I'm just going to keep trying until I can do it.
You're taking the steps absolutely every day to go and climb a mountain, and that is to be commended. I'm so happy for you. And when you get up on top of that mountain, you make sure that you take a couple of pictures and you go and you put a little thumbs up and you send it to me, because I'm going to be cheering you on the entire
Sure,
time.
I will. I'm already obnoxious with my posting of photos from around here, but
No, you're not.
trust me, if I
No.
make it to the top of a mountain, everyone's gonna know.
This next song that you've prepared for us is a Robert Service poem. Tell us about this particular song and how it came about.
Well, my very good friend, who is an amazing actor and improviser and musician, named Jeff Gladstone, who I grew up in Calgary with, but now lives in Vancouver. He was visiting Toronto at one point, and we always hang out and he would jam, and he started to play this tune, and it's just stopped. My whole being just stopped. And it was one of those songs, you'll know this as a singer when you hear it and you're like, I will die. I will not be able to live my life if I don't get to sing this song. And that feeling just like washed over me, and I
Yeah.
fell in love with because I'm a bit of a dramatic type and I tend to like sad things. I like to wallow. And this poem, it's a Canadian poet, Robert Service, very famous Canadian poet. Jeff took his words and wrote a melody to it, which he's very good at doing. And it moved me so strongly that I begged him to let me record it.
Oh,
And then
wow.
he graciously said, yes, you can. So I recorded it on my third record. And it's a beautiful song, and I've been feeling a little lonely going through the COVID lockdown by myself.
Yeah.
And so I just thought it was a good one to maybe send out to other people who might be by themselves for whatever, we're going close to 70 days now with
Ooh.
no
Yeah.
handshakes or hugs or anything. And I just thought maybe this would be something to say, hey, I feel you, not literally,
Yes.
but to all
I
those
feel
people who are
I feel
also-
what you're feeling. Yeah. It's a
Yeah.
beautiful sentiment. Thank you very much for sending that out to everybody. Terra Hazelton is here as part of the TD JazzYYC International Jazz Days Virtual Festival. And she is taking a big bite out of this beautiful Robert Service poem, but she's singing it and playing the guitar. Here is The Lure of Little Voices.
There's a cry from out the loneliness. So listen, honey, listen. Do you hear it? Do you fear it? You're holding me so. You're sobbing in your sleep, dear. Your lashes, how they glisten. Do you hear the little voices all begging me to go? Begging me to leave you. Day and night they're pleading, praying on the north wind, on the west wind, from the peaks and from the plains. Night and day they never leave me. Do you know what they are saying? He was ours before you got him. We want him once again. Yeah, they're haunting me, they're wanting me. The awful lonely places. They're whining and they're whimpering as if each had a soul. They're calling from the wilderness, the vast and godlike spaces, the stark, sullen solitudes, the sentinel, the pole. They miss my little campfires, ever brightly, bravely gleaming in the womb of desolation. There was never man before. As comradeless I sought them, lion-hearted, loving, dreaming. They hailed me as a comrade and loved me evermore. Now they're hollow crying, there's no use denying. The spell of them's on me. I'm helpless as a child, my heart is aching, aching. I can hear them sleeping, waking, waking. It's the lure of the little voices. It's the mandate of the wild. I'm afraid to tell you, honey, I can't take no bitter leaving. So softly in the sleep time from your love I'll steal away. And it's cruel, dearie, cruel. This God knows how I'm grieving, but his loneliness is calling, and he knows I must obey.
Hooray for Terra Hazelton.
Thank you, Tim.
What a powerful poem, and to be able to put it into music like that, it really, you did a lovely job of that.
Thank you. Well, Jeff Gladstone, he's written a melody to other poems as well, and they're all incredible.
Robert Service, though, I mean, that is picking from the very, very, very top of the pile as far as Canadian poets are concerned. Yeah. Wow. I'm so happy for you and the grand decision, your giant leap, and that it's turned out just so gloriously well for you. And you have to promise me that you're going to send me a picture from the top of that mountain.
I will. I may even send you like the middle peaks that I reach along the way.
Sure.
Like every day I seem to get a little farther, and it's really exciting.
Yeah, it is really exciting. I'm very, very happy for you. Thank you so much for being on the show.
Thank you, Tim. And I'm going to get your book because from our conversation, it sounds like it's exactly in alignment with what I need. And then everyone buy Tim's book. Yeah, this is great.
It's called How to Ikigai, available on Amazon around the world. Thank you for the plug.
Of course. I'm so excited.
I'm going to excuse myself now and go talk with Deanne Matley, okay?
Yeah, I can't wait.
Thank you.
Tim.
Thank you. There's Deanne. She's waiting for us in Montreal.
Here I am.
Here you is. So nice to see you.
Pardon?
So nice to see you.
Nice to see you too.
Hey, you got a little sign in the background that actually has your name on it. It's like a marquee sign. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, baby.
You've been busy spelling.
And I should know how to spell my name by now.
You've been studying in Montreal for a couple of years now. And so what have you been studying to expand your brain?
To expand my musical brain, I've actually been studying music, performance, and French.
Nice. Oh,
So French and music go hand in hand together.
And how do you feel your progress has been in French? Because I know you have lots of progress in music.
Well, let's just say someone told me once that if you can fight properly with your boyfriend in French, you've learned the language. So
okay.
Yeah.
What a way to measure it. Oh my goodness. Good for you.
No, it's great. Yeah.
You had a profound experience literally while you were in the air and COVID hit and your life literally changed while you were in the air. Tell us about your experience that happened to you when you were coming out west here.
Oh yeah. So I hopped on the plane to head to Calgary to do a bunch of gigs. And of course, I've got my phone on airplane mode. It's Thursday. I land, as soon as you touch the ground, you can turn off airplane mode, and bing, 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 text messages, Facebook messages. This venue shutting down. This venue shutting down. No more public events. This is happening. Prime time's canceling. I was like, what?
And this is why you were on the plane in the first place. Oh.
I was like, oh, okay then.
So yeah. Was it one of those times where you can literally kind of feel the blood rush out of your face?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a terrifying feeling, isn't it?
It was, because I was like, so why did I hop on this plane again?
Yeah.
I just wanted to go back, right? So It was kind of stressful, to be honest. And then it was, checking in with venues. Are they still going? Because it was at some point, it was only the bigger venues that were closing. So I was supposed to be playing the Yardbird, and that's still about 150 people. So.
Yeah, but that's a prestigious gig though too, So your heart must have been broken.
I was broken because, you wait a long time for that gig. And I was really excited about doing the Stevie Wonder project, but wasn't meant to be.
It wasn't meant to be. Yeah.
Right?
Well, so here you are. You're in Alberta, and you're from Alberta. Did you grow up here in Calgary?
Born and raised Calgarian.
You're the one.
I know. I'm rare.
You're the one. That's amazing. And so, what do you do? You're literally in the place you grew up in, but you probably have a bunch of stuff. And you had your boyfriend. He's living in Montreal. What was your choice?
Well, so when I kind of decided to get my butt out to Montreal, because I recorded my last album here, and I was really digging the city, and so I decided to come out here, spend some more time, go to school, and then I kind of met my guy, and well, that kind of keeps you there. most of the time. So so I actually go, big love.
Hearts, big hearts.
Big hearts for mon cher. And but I'm usually in Calgary like once a month gigging. So thanks to my good friends at WestJet who supply me with buddy passes, it makes it feasible for me to fly back and forth. So I got the flight down,
Yeah, for sure. So you had your gig at the Yardbird. You were also supposed to sing with the Primetime Big Band.
Yeah, Primetime, and then there was Trywood and Clinics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How many things do you think that you lost out on?
Just like a lot of us, like it's so sad to, hear about all the gigs that people have missed out on, and, but it is, we're all in the same boat. So it's kind of, it's like, well, hey, I get it,
Yeah. Did you jump just right back on the plane as soon as you could and head back out to Montreal?
I did actually. I did. I was in Calgary for 3 days and then I flew back.
Yeah.
I saw my chiropractor, which was awesome.
Oh,
and, saw the family, gave them big love, big hugs, and then I was back on a plane. Yeah.
Holy.
So I quarantined with my guy. As much as I love my parents, I was like, I love you guys, but I'm going to go quarantine with my man. Okay?
Yeah. Yeah. That's entirely understandable why you'd want to do that. I get it.
Yes.
And so what's your experience been like in Montreal during COVID? Well, you would have pre-COVID and you would have during COVID, because what a drastic change.
I know. Yeah, it's been a little crazy, because Montreal is so vibrant, and like that's one of the reasons why I love the city so much is there's so much to do, so many festivals. And like when I found out the Montreal Jazz Festival was canceled, I was like, ugh! Like that's like, a big deal. And so everything that I love to do in Montreal, I can't do. It's like weird. And I don't have a car here. And so like hopping on the metro right now is just not a thing.
Yeah.
It's kind of a little scary. So, kind of being shacked up and it's been working though. Cause like the Zoom connection and still connecting with family, having like wine parties over in the house party and still being able to connect with people has been really cool.
Yeah.
But it feels good to finally be able to kind of, now that it's freaking hot, it feels good to like be able to get outside though and get fresh air. And, it's weird because I was walking around in the park one day and everyone's like sitting from each other and people wearing masks. And it just kind of broke my heart a little bit because I'm like, this is not normal. Like this is not normal. So I had a moment where I was in a bit of a funk for that. And I guess it's now the new normal.
It's understandable that you would be in a funk for part of it, and you would be in a questioning mode, and you would be in a whole variety of different challenges in your head. So, what is it that you're doing now to be able to kind of deal with what the future might look like? Because you've been a professional singer for how long now?
Yeah, it's been 8 years, full-time music. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's kind of like So, and I don't teach. I mean, I coach, but I don't have a full-time teaching gig. Mm-hmm. So I've decided that perhaps maybe I'll take up, cutting men's hair and becoming a barber, because I get practice on my man, and I actually really love it. It's really fun, and I like being personal, and I'm a bit of a perfectionist, so I'm like right in there. I'm like making sure everything. He's like, "This is the best haircut I've had ever," right? Because I'm very.
And if he didn't say that. If he didn't say that.
And so we call it, I'm a barbette.
A barbette, yes.
A barbette. Yeah.
And you're a business person too. So this is, that's what your background is in business. So maybe this could be something that you could really, take on in a
Oh yeah, I've already bought the domain name, like, Chez Barbette's opening at some point, So the singing barbette. La, sing while you cut your hair, and I got the tattoos for it now. So
yeah, you do.
Cool.
You got some badass tats.
I got some badass tats for the bad.
Yes. I want to tell me about your T-shirt. Je suis badass. This is your brand, though, right?
That's my brand. Yeah. When I launched the album, I was like, I need merch, but I just didn't want to have like Deanne Matley, like random and weird. So I came up with this phrase. I literally came up with the phrase on a plane. Coming back from Montreal, I texted somebody and I said, yeah, je suis badass. Whoa, je suis badass. And I was like, Ooh, I love it. So I like literally did the transfer in Toronto and I got off and I bought the domain name because I was like, if I own the domain name, like it's golden, right?
It's
.com.
gold. Yep.
And yeah, so then it turned into a shirt. And it's
And
funny
you're
though.
selling them.
Pardon?
And you're selling. You can sell them online. So that's there. Maybe that's your online venture right there. Everybody
Yeah.
go to JazzYYC.com. Is it?
Well, yeah, that then points to my site. I actually don't have like a merch shop yet. Like that's put that on
Oh.
my list of things.
Yeah.
Like, but yeah, I sold a bunch to a bunch of my Calgary peeps, and I sold a bunch in France. And the funny part was they're like, "Well, what is badass?" And I was like, "Oh no, I totally just failed on this." And I'm like, "Okay, how do I explain badass in French?" I'm like, "Oh, it's like Wonder Woman, like." You're powerful, you can do anything. And all of a sudden, like, oh, okay, je suis badass. Like, yes.
Yes.
And yeah, so there's a bunch of those shirts floating around in France, which is awesome.
That's very good. That's awesome. Speaking of badass, you've made a video for us. Tell us about this video you've made for us and the special guest who is appearing in this video with you.
I know.
Well, there's two special guests.
There is a special guest. Yeah, when it was kind of like, how am I going to do this? Because, like, props to Terra. Because, like, I'm like, oh, I am not pulling out a guitar or keyboard. Like, for me, it's not a thing. So props to you, girl. I'm so proud of you. That's going to be on my list. So my buddy, actually, who lives here from Montreal, named Stu, he's the founder of Freak Motif. Super cool cat. We just decided that we could do this, like, video thing together, but still keeping social distancing.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
So that's what you did.
That's what we did, and we mashed it together, and it was the first time I've ever done anything like this in my life, and so I was like freaking out.
Everybody's feels like they're in the exact same boat, and trust me, every single musician who has been on the show who has had to learn how to do this has had the exact same emotion. So you are in very, very, very good company.
Good. And I, big props to JazzYYC for putting this on. Big thanks. And I know on behalf of Tara and I just want to give a shout out to JazzYYC and to Sam for being so awesome.
Sam is our sound technician. She's
always got to give props to the sound person.
Yeah. Off the chain. And Mavis the cat is making an appearance in your video as well. I'm going to play it for everybody now. Deanne Matley is here as part of the JazzYYC TD International Jazz Days. We're on day 27 of 28 of the virtual festival, and here is her video featuring your buddy. What's your guitarist name again?
Stu.
And Mavis the cat, but most importantly, Deanne Matley.
Sugar in my bowl, and I want a little sweetness down in my soul. I could stand some loving, oh, so bad. I feel so funny, I feel so sad. And I want a little steam on my clothes. And I like to fix things up so they'll go. What's the matter, Daddy? Come on, save my soul. 'Cause I want a little sugar in my bowl. I ain't lying. I want a little sugar in my bowl. want a little sugar in my bowl. And I want a little sweetness down in my soul. I could stand some loving oh so bad. I feel so funny, I feel so sad. And I want a little steam on my clothes. I like to fix men up so they'll go. What's the matter, Daddy? Come on, save my soul. 'Cause I want a little sugar in my bowl. I ain't lying, I want some sugar in my bowl. And I'm not talking about a teaspoon.
Deanne Matley
Yeah.
with Sugar in My Bowl, not just a spoonful.
Well, I know, not just a teaspoon. I ain't talking about a teaspoon.
Not just a teaspoonful. No. And pulling out, you're talking about not accompanying yourself. You pull out the mouth trumpet and you play it like you're Louis Armstrong. Good for you. That's a real treat.
Yeah, I don't know where that came from. It's just,
Do you do that in your live shows? Do you do the mouth trumpet?
yeah.
'Cause
yeah,
it's so much fun.
I know.
It is so much fun. My
I
mouth
like-
trumpet just sounds like a real sad trombone. So I appreciate that you can do it. Hey, you told me that you have always had a coach as part of your professional career. Tell me what benefits you get from a coach, because this is really good information. I need to listen.
Okay. All right. I've always had a vocal coach ever since I, started singing, but through my professional career, because it's very important I feel like it's making sure every week I'm getting a tune-up, a check-in, making sure the voice is sounding healthy, making sure I'm not falling into bad habits, working on music. It's exercise for the chords, motivates me to actually work and do warm-ups and stuff on other days, although I'm a little bit slacking right now. I'm not going to lie. Sorry, Jen. But yeah, so, and I'm the kind of person I feel like I can never stop learning. And I always, and I've had different coaches, which has been great. And they've all been instrumental in my career. And they've all taught me some really brilliant things. And it's just good to, find new ones and, receive more, just more, because I want to continue to evolve. Yeah.
Yeah, and that feedback, I mean, that's hard lots of the times for artists to be able to, number one, to hear, but number two, especially to act on and to really see it as a beneficial exercise in progress.
Well, yeah, they're my ears, right? So normally an audience member is not going to come and be like, yeah, you couldn't, they're not going to critique, not that my coach critiques me, but it is someone that's just constantly listening to me and also encouraging. And sometimes there's the little psychology thrown into the session. Not gonna lie, to a lot of what did I do?
Oh no, really?
Why am I singing? Yeah, little meltdowns. Totally
It
normal.
happens. It does happen. It does happen. I totally understand. So, what is this? So you have another number, but you're not going to send us a video on this. You're going to perform it live, and this is a medley. Tell me about this. Tell me about this.
Oh,
I'm so curious.
I just thought, why not? Let's do even be more uncomfortable. And so I'm going to start off with the Sonny Rollins tune, Tenor Madness, that I actually wrote lyrics to.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. It's that's a fun, a fun thing to do. I like writing lyrics, and then I'm not really totally sure what might necessarily come through, like, but
But this is the in the true nature of jazz, And you made the point that you just said that you might be a little bit more uncomfortable, but this discomfort is part of what fuels us as jazz musicians. Is that
yes.
we're okay to walk the tightrope because we know we'll make it to the other side.
Yeah. And I think that's, one thing that gets in my way is my perfectionism. And I know there's many of you out there, but, because it's like, oh my gosh, that wasn't perfect. Oh my God, did you hear that note? And blah, blah, blah. And it's kind of like, it is what it is. It's in the moment. And I did my best with, it is what it is. So I thought, you know what, screw that. I'm going to try this on for size and see how we do through this virtual styles.
Well, you are fierce. So do you want to just jump right into it?
Yeah.
Deanne Matley is part of the TD JazzYYC International Jazz Days Virtual Festival. She is fierce, and she's taking on Tenor Menace, and let's just see where it goes from there.
Sing me a song all night long, just so I can feel the groove and start to move on. Play me that beat, 'cause it's so sweet, so that I can dance and get me out of my suite. Swinging is cool and not sure of the rule. Hit me on the 2 and 4 or play me a fool. Ba-doodle-dee-doo-ba-dee-ya, ba-doodle-dee-doo-ba-dee-ya, ba-dee-doo-dee-dee, ba-ba-doo-ba-dee, ba-ba-doo-ba-dee, ba-ba-doo-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-da-da. If you ever plan to motor west to Calgary, baby, take the highway. That's my way, that's the best. Get your kicks on Route 60. No gal maid has got a shade on sweet Georgia Brown. 2 left feet, but also sweet as sweet Georgia Brown. They all sigh and wanna die for sweet Georgia Brown. I tell you just why. You know I don't lie, not much, and it's been said she knocks them dead. Pow! When she lands in town, wap-ba-da. It's a shame, oh, it's a shame how she cools them down. Fellas, they have met, must be fellas. She can get, yeah. Georgia named her, Georgia claimed her, sweet Georgia Brown. Well, it's a beautiful night. We're looking for something dumb to do. Hey, baby, I think I wanna marry you. Is it that look in your eyes? Or is it this dancing juice? Who cares, baby? I think I wanna marry you. Don't say no, 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 no. Just say yeah, and we'll go. Like you're ready, ooh, like I'm ready. Don't say no, 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 no. Just say yeah, and we'll go. Like I'm ready, like you're ready, oh, and sing me the song all night long, just so I can feel the groove and start to groove on. Play me that beat, 'cause it's so sweet, so that I can dance and get me out of my seat and swinging is cool, and I'm sure of the rule. Hit me on the 2 and 4 or play me the fool.
Yeah. Deanne Matley walking the tightrope. Hold on, I'm giving you the cash register sound. Cha-ching! Because that was money, je suis badass. Hey, those need to be the official lyrics to Tenor Menace.
Yeah, right?
I really feel you really did a great job of that.
Thank you.
So much fun. It is so much fun. How much is improvising liberated you in your music career?
Well, let me tell you. So with my coach here in Montreal, she has me like, she calls it vibing. She puts on like a soul track, and I have to like vibe to it. I have to be like, like have to make like all these like kind of stealthy sounds. I can't use words. And
You got to move, right?
I know I have to be like, like it's. I'm like, oh my God. But it's actually opened me up a little bit on my improvising in jazz, because I
Sure.
kind of like put myself in that situation, and I'm like, you know what? Like, okay, I can do this. I don't do it all the time. I like to throw it. For me, improvisation is like a spice. You know, like I throw it in every once in a while to like, I'm making a stew.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, a little paprika. All right, I'm going to throw a little paprika in there, and that's going to be my improv. Just I'm going to
Spicy.
throw out like a little trumpet solo, mouth solo for fun,
Yeah.
And that has allowed me, because again, being a perfectionist, I'm like, oh my God, it has to be perfect. Everything has to be square. And it's more out. And I think over time, I've got more confidence in just being like, you know what, just have some fun.
Yeah.
And your body's going to take care of the rest, because your body knows how to sing. Your body knows how to be in tune. So just, and trust me, when I hear something off, my brain goes, bing. But, I think I love it because it's freeing, and the audience loves it. And, I love it when I'm jiving with the audience too.
That's
like,
right. I think and therein lies the ultimate goal. As long as you're doing it and you're enjoying it and the audience is enjoying it, then that is a win-win. I know for a fact, Deanne, that everybody has really enjoyed having you on the show, and thank you so much for your talent and for walking the tightrope, and for providing us with your video, and for introducing us to your cat, of course, Mavis.
Oh yeah, she's passed out right now.
I'm going to bring our friend Terra Hazelton back into the picture here. 1, 2, and 3. There's all three of us.
Oh, hello. Deanne, you're so amazing. That was so lovely.
Oh, girl.
Yeah.
Girl.
Oh, girl.
We got a love fest happening here as we wrap up day 27. Terra has, what's your kitty cat's name?
This is Dinah.
Dinah, how I love you, how I love you. Oh, it's an all. Oh man, I don't have a cat, and I'm jealous right now.
Well, what are you doing, Mom?
You guys just enjoy your cuddles, and it's been such a treat to have you both on the show. Terra, best of luck with everything, and I know that has been a real profound experience for you out there in the Crow's Nest Pass. So keep up all your wonderful good work.
Thank you.
On yourself,
Thank you, Tim.
for sure.
Thank you, Sam. Thank
Deanne,
you, JazzYYC.
Deanne, you really rocked it tonight, and best of luck to you out in Montreal. And go and make sure you enjoy the sunshine when it's even 31 degrees, not 32.
Don't you worry about a thing.
We wouldn't be able to be here on the air if it wasn't for the help of JazzYYC and all of their sponsors. So I'm going to end off this show, give everybody a wave, and we're going to go and say thank you very much to the sponsors here, the TD JazzYYC International Jazz Show. JazzYYC would like to thank the following sponsors for their generous support that has helped bring this virtual jazz festival to you. TD, Jazz Home Delivery, the City of Calgary, Alberta Foundation for the Arts, the Government of Canada, Calgary Arts Development, Inglewood BIA, CKUA Radio, Calgary Public Library, CADME, the Coalition for Music Education Music Monday, Studio Bell, home of the National Music Center, Decidedly Jazz Danceworks, Arts Commons, and the Music Mile. Thank you. If you've enjoyed this broadcast, please subscribe to this page, and if you want to receive more information about this or any of JazzYYC's other upcoming programming, please visit jazzyyc.com and become a member.